particularly when the members still there.
I know.
Good morning, nice to meet you.
Good morning. You had a busy start to your day? I did. Good.
How are you?
Well, it's all been driving.
Hey there.
No traffic.
How are you? Good morning.
Fortunately, traffic is flowing pretty well.
Nice to see you.
Shows, I know there's two ways, right? One is come down through like, and the other, I would assume today went to 35. Closer to, yeah.
It's a lot more pleasant. It's a lot more pleasant. You don't have to stop from there.
All right, we will call this meeting to order and begin with roll call to establish a quorum, please.
Brian Bovick,
Here.
Peter Dillingham,
Here.
Randy Gilbert,
Here.
Estella Hernandez.
Here.
Edward Hillary.
Here.
Janet Smith.
Here.
David Stewart.
Here.
Superintendent Hoffmeister.
Here. And do we have a quorum? Yes. And did we follow the Open Meetings Act for proper posting? Yes. Okay, very good. Honorable board members, guests in the audience who are with us today, would you please join me for a Pledge of Allegiance, followed by a salute to the Oklahoma flag and a moment of silence. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I salute the flag of the state of
Oklahoma, its symbols of peace to all people.
Thank you. All right, please be seated. You'll notice the art is here. I just should mention, this is an exhibit. We have a monthly installation that changes every month, and these are our teachers, the work of our teachers that are part of the Oklahoma Art Education Association. So there's some just beautiful work. There's actually some down the hallway that leads to some of the offices here as well, but can't have that over my shoulder and not talk about that stunning work and how much we appreciate teachers in the arts and the visual arts, particularly in various meetings that we're seeing here today. Now, I'm going to just go ahead and move to comments for you. Dr. Beck, item 1.04.
Well, good morning, Chairman Hoffmeister, board members, and guests. I have a few items that I want to point out and bring to your attention, and some great things that are going on. We have this week, and it was in the weekly memo, Craig Mail, who served on the CLEAT Curriculum Review Board for multiple years, was recognized for his years of service and was replaced, recommendation for replacement with Captain McDonald, who is at Central Tech in working in CLEAT. He does have experience with curriculum. He has been in law enforcement, SWAT, and also has taught. And so with the new legislation, that's one of the requirements for the individual representing CareerTech. So Captain McDonald is the recommendation, and Craig was recognized for his many years of service. So we're honored that Craig spent many years in helping with the curriculum, and we look for Captain McDonald to carry that forward. We had our annual United Way campaign, so a shout out to our staff. Each year we do an annual United Way campaign. Russell was the chair this year, yes, by unanimous nomination. And
Left the room, left the meeting.
yes, and their goal for that committee was $20,000, and as of yesterday, we are over $22,200 for the United Way. So great work from employees at the state agency and going to Payne County United Way. All accreditation site visits are complete. They finished those a couple weeks ago. Agency staff did exceptional work. Thank you to our technology centers for providing examiners as well. And so those reports you will be seeing coming to the board after the first of the year in that cycle, after they complete the review and compile the reports. In your packet, I did provide a summary from Advanced CTEs on the Infrastructure and Investment and Jobs Act that was signed on Monday. the outline for that. Some of the pieces that we are diving into and looking at, and that outline is specific to the transportation piece, where vocational education now can be a part of that conversation for the Department of Transportation and training. And then also there's a piece in there specific to hands-on training. So in that outline, there are various groups that are looking into that, and then we're making sure that we analyze that of how we can best utilize those resources. There also is a copy of official letter from the Department of Defense. I had mentioned last time that with our procurement technical assistance, there was question whether that would fall under the executive order. We were notified just verbally that it would be considered a grant, so therefore they would not be held under that requirement for the executive order. We did receive late Monday the official letter. So I did provide that in your packet of the official letter that those cooperative agreements will be considered as grants so that they will not fall under the requirements of that executive order. So there's an official piece of that. The last piece that I included in your packet is specific to the State Chamber Foundation, and the Business Roundtable report for business leaders that they published. The link is on the Chamber website. One of the pieces, and the reason that I included this, is workforce is the key concern in having quality workforce. So as we move forward with our business advisories, the groups that we work with, we want to dive into these pieces and see what those target and pain points are so that we can see what role career and technology education can play in that pathway and in that conversation. So that's some of the information that's in your packet. We did have the opportunity to talk about in a couple of interim studies, I mentioned those last time, what we do to support individuals with disabilities in our CareerTech programs, and have that conversation, as well as our skill centers. There was interim studies specifically to training within our correctional facilities, so we were invited to talk about our skill centers and what we get to do. And so we're very excited to be able to lay that out. We do have continued conversations around our skill centers options, and that was one of the pieces of the interim study. We are working to make sure we have presence at all the minimum security, because that is where we can make the most impact in that, and as well as at community corrections. Some of the specific areas that we've addressed are Jackie Brannon adding construction there, looking at doing masonry at Hamilton. And then our two programs that were at Fort Supply. Fort Supply was closed, and so our two programs at Fort Supply have been transferred to Bill Johnson in Alba. So those two employees will continue their work at Bill Johnson in Alba. We do have, the last piece that I want to mention is we do have some special guests with us today. The Okacte Fellows Program, which we have two national fellows programs, one at Advanced CTE and one at ACTE. And so this is a Oklahoma fellows program where individuals have an opportunity to go through a program which is led by Michael Colwell and Dr. Casey. And the group that you see here, and if the board doesn't mind, I would like for them to stand up and introduce themselves so you can see where they're from. So if the fellows wouldn't mind introducing themselves. Who would like to go first? All right.
Crystal McCathern, I'm from Southern Tech in Ardmore, Oklahoma.
Randa Perron from Interim Technology Centers.
Kim Smith from Tulsa Tech.
Ryan Duns, Tech.
Emily Brown, Warren Norman Technology Center.
Joshua Younger, Norman Technology Center.
And Josie Scott, Metro Technology Center.
Cindy Strike, Metro Technology Center. Rachel Snyder, Autry Technology Center.
Sarah Edwards, Northeast Tech.
Joy Salcido, Kailash Tech.
Steven Zillian, James Public Schools.
Thank you. We do have a couple of other guests with us today, which are here for one of the specific agenda items. We do have Dr. Ward with us today from Southern, and then Sherry Malone from Turner as well, Superintendent. So that concludes my comments. Superintendent Hofmeister. Thank you.
Very good. Well, we're so glad that you're with us. Thank you for those introductions. It's so good for the board to have a chance to see your faces and have a chance to shake your hands. So thank you so much for being with us. All right, looks like we have our first item for action, which is item 1.05, discussion and vote on the minutes for the regular board meeting of October 21, 2021. Is there a motion to approve?
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion or questions? Seeing none, please call the roll.
Mr. Stewart?
Abstain.
Ms. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Hillary?
Yes.
Ms. Hernandez?
Yes.
Mr. Gilbert?
Yes.
Mr. Dillingham?
Abstain.
Thank you. Mr. Bobette?
Yes.
Superintendent Hoffmeister?
Yes. All right, that motion carries. Very good. Next item is the governor's proclamation. Would you like to present that?
Yes, Mr. Russell Ray will present the governor's proclamation recognizing our 15th anniversary for skill centers.
That's right, that's right. Thank you very much. It's good to see everyone. It's good to be with you this morning once again. This is indeed the 50th anniversary of our Skill Center program. We began offering training programs for inmates in 1971 at what is now called the Jim E. Hamilton Correctional Center. It was the first inmate training facility in the United States to offer technical training by a CareerTech system, which is amazing. Over the last 50 years, our Skills Centers program here at CareerTech has evolved from a small division that offered just a few training programs to a very large school system that now offers a multitude of programs for both adults and juveniles. We have 13 Skill Center sites statewide that offer training programs in a wide range of trades. These trades include manufacturing, transportation, construction, business management, and much, much more. And so the goal, of course, is to help offenders transition back to their communities and back into the workplace. And we do that by teaching them the skills they need to make a successful transition. And we're having a lot of success. In fiscal 2021, more than 91% of those who completed our programs were positively placed in employment at an average wage of $14.81 an hour. And so because of all of this, in recognition of all of this, Governor Stitt has issued the following proclamation. Whereas 2021 marks the 50th anniversary of the Oklahoma CareerTech Skills Center's inmate training program, created in response to legislation authored by Oklahoma Senator Jim E. Hamilton. And whereas the Skills Center's program was designed to equip inmates with employment skills needed to make a positive transition after release. And whereas Oklahoma CareerTech Skills Center's month is designed to increase public awareness of and express appreciation for CareerTech's inmate training programs in correctional facilities statewide, including juvenile facilities. And whereas in fiscal year 2021, Oklahoma CareerTech Skills Center served 418 full-time students, 325 short-term students, and 151 students in partner programs. And whereas offenders who find employment are less likely to return to crime, and more than 91%, as I mentioned, in fiscal year 2021 program completers secured positive job placement with an average hourly wage of $14.81 an hour. Therefore, the governor has proclaimed November 2021 as Oklahoma CareerTech Skills Centers Month. And so this has offered us an opportunity to really go out there and brag about our Skills Centers program and talk a little bit about the lives that these programs are changing. Dr. Mack wrote an excellent column earlier this year about the 50th anniversary of the program. And we do have several videos on our website that highlight Jimmy Hamilton and what he did and all the benefits surrounding our Skills Centers programs. So with that, if you have any questions, I'd love to take them, if you have any. If not, Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. We're moving on now to item 4, which is on the back side of your agenda. And that is the discussion on results of the annexation election of November the 10th, 2021. Thank you. Please, Director Lockwood.
Thank you. The board will remember that you had previously called for an election concerning the annexation of the Mangum schools into Southwest Tech after Mangum Board of Education had passed a resolution requesting that Southwest Tech approved of that request. There was a civil rights study conducted that found no issues as far as discrimination result. I am pleased to present to the board the certified results of that election. The patrons in the Mangum School District passed the question 248 to 123. All precincts in Mangum School District voted, including parts of Beckham, Greer, Harmon, and Jackson counties. It is my recommendation the board declare the territory comprising Mangum Independent School District Number 1 of Greer County, Oklahoma be annexed to Southwest Technology School District Number 27. Any questions, I'll be happy to answer.
So I assume all the rules and procedures have gone through as
Everything has been,
positive way.
yes,
This is just, this is a normal process.
yes, well.
I'm not remembering this from before, so.
Well, and for reference for newer board members, the last annexation was early 2017, so this is not a
Okay.
very frequent issue, but we, with Glenn Hammond's our attorney, and I have walked through and followed the letter of the law and the process very specifically.
No doubt, but I'm just getting my mind around. So basically, we're saying that that area, that including that school, would be serviced by that particular CareerTech,
Yes.
those students and families. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Sounds good.
On this page, it says unofficial election results. When and how would that be made and turned official? In other words,
It is official now.
official.
When you had your packet mailed out, I did not have the official results. The official results, and I do have them with me, the certified letter from the election board declaring them official at this point in time. So we do have the official results. There was no change from the unofficial to the official results.
Okay.
Anybody here from either school?
No, I did not request they come back to this one as they had been here previously.
I'd make a motion to approve the annexation.
Second.
Okay. Any discussion on that other than what we've already had? No questions? Okay, please call the roll.
Mr. Bobek?
Yes.
Mr. Dillingham?
Yes.
Mr. Gilbert?
Yes.
Ms. Hernandez?
Yes.
Mr. Hillary?
Yes.
Ms. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Stewart?
Yes.
Superintendent Hofmeister?
Yes.
One of the things I was very proud to see, you don't always see that on the television, but on that Tuesday evening, they had the results scrolling across the bottom of that, so I was very excited to see that. I thought, we have a place.
Nice, yes.
CareerTech's important, and we have a place. So, anyway, I was excited to see that.
Yes.
Thanks for your work.
And now, the next item, 4.02.
The board has received information in your packet concerning another potential annexation of the Turner Independent School District number 43-1005 of Love County, Oklahoma to the Southern Technology Center School District number 20. The Turner Board of Education did pass a resolution seeking to join Southern Tech. Southern Tech's board has approved the request, and a civil rights study has also been conducted that found no potential issues of discrimination with the annexation. We are on track to call for an election on February 8th, which was the preferred date of the Turner Board of Education. I would recommend the board pass the resolution calling for the election concerning the annexation of Turner into Southern Tech.
Once again, Justin, sorry, but they currently are not being serviced by any CareerTech.
No.
This is just giving them that extra, okay, gotcha.
Yes, sir. All of from the high school students, the adult students, and the businesses right now are presently treated as out-of-district students and
Gotcha.
pay whatever this would allow them all the services of Southern Tech.
I move to approve.
Second.
And both superintendents of Southern Tech and Turner Schools are present.
Is there anything you would like to say? Yeah, you guys have any comments?
Sure. Would you like to stand? Just just wanted to recognize that you're here, and if there's anything that you wanted to add to these items that we're considering or just considered.
Well, we are very excited about this opportunity for our students. I just recently started at Turner in July, but I'm very familiar with CareerTech. I was at Elgin for 23 years. I'm a huge CareerTech supporter, and when I got to Turner, I didn't realize that once they had been annexed back in 1998 to Southern Tech, and then there was a petition that put it back on the ballot to be annexed, I guess is the proper terminology. So it has quite the history in Love County. So we are kind of prepared for a fight to say. We've had one town hall meeting that went pretty well. Dr. Ward was there and did a great job. My board is 100% on board. I actually have been through this with another school district that all 5 board members weren't, but these 5 board members are committed. And so I really am hopeful that we're going to get it passed. Our kiddos need this opportunity. We're a small rural school. We don't have that many opportunities, and we are just super excited about it. And I'm confident that we're going to get it passed.
I made the motion for it to pass, and I'm in favor of it, but I'm just curious, based on your comments, why, do you know why people in the community would not be for this? Is there any, okay.
Money.
Okay.
It's a large rural community, large farming community, which one of my board members is actually an accountant, and she actually emailed me a spreadsheet night before last, and she has figured every person's tax increase in the district. And of course, agriculture land, isn't assessed as other land market value. So, we are doing our best to combat that these people are saying, that they can't afford it. But it's always about the money. I mean, my experience is, they just don't want to pay those taxes because they think we'll only have a few kids. And I'm like, our tax dollars aren't worth a few kids. So that's just the main fight against it.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I think we have some solid next steps in place.
Yeah.
Because at that town hall meeting, I think something that was really missing were student voices. It was adults deciding the fate of students. And so we're going to work to make sure students are at the table and are able to have that conversation with their community members to advocate for themselves and for this opportunity. So those are some of our next steps.
That's wonderful, thank you.
Very good.
All right, then, thank you very much, both of you. Let's call the roll.
Mr. Stewart?
Yes.
Ms. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Hillary?
Yes.
Ms. Hernandez?
Yes.
Mr. Gilbert?
Yes.
Mr. Dillingham?
Yes.
Mr. Bobek?
Yes.
Superintendent Hoffmeister?
Yes. All right, that motion carries. And then next.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Hope it goes well. Thank you. Yeah.
We will be watching to keep updated on that. Thank you, then. And so now, I would propose 2 items in executive session. Those are listed here. Is there a motion? And are we recommended to go into, okay, executive session? Is there a motion to go into executive session?
So moved. Second.
Okay, call the roll.
Mr. Stewart?
Yes.
Ms. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Hillary?
Yes.
Ms. Hernandez?
Yes.
Mr. Gilbert?
Yes.
Mr. Dillingham?
Yes.
Mr. Bobek?
Yes.
Superintendent Hoffmeister?
Yes, all right, thank you. Thank you, guests who are joining us in person today, and we'll ask that you excuse us while we proceed into executive session. We'll ask that Mr. Hammond stay with us, our legal counsel also. Dr. Mack, would you stay particularly to help us with this first part? Thank you, and then we will have, yes.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. Well, nice to see you. Yes. Okay. Yeah, well, I didn't recognize you either, but yes. That's right.
Just wanted to pull you aside.
In your area.
David, good to see you.
You buddy.
guys have accomplished and, excuse me,
Used to live in.
Okay. Mentor.
I do miss them.
I forgot to bring them.
I do miss them.
I know. I saw him every day at work almost.
Wow. Well, we didn't let you get out.
We'll get going here in a second.
Without Tim Burke.
That was Tim Burke.
Tim Burke. I forgot about Tim, yeah. Good old Tim.
I would move we come back into open
I
session.
think we're gonna just wait till
Oh.
we're back
Jeremy
on.
to-
See that.
You messed up your moment.
Always missed my time, so.
All right, we are going to call for a vote, a motion first to come out of executive session. Is
I
there a
would move
motion?
we come out of executive session, back into open
All
session.
right.
Second.
Second as well. All right, please call the roll.
Mr. Bobec,
Yes.
Mr. Dillingham,
Yes.
Mr. Gilbert,
Yes.
Mr. Hillary,
Yes.
Ms. Smith,
Yes.
Superintendent Hoffmeister.
Yes. All right, we are out from executive session. Please let the record reflect that there were no votes taken during executive session. We did have Glenn Hammond, the attorney in this session as well. Now, there is an action item to consider on 4.03A. Is there a motion to approve the hire of an information management manager?
I'd make the motion to hire Carol Hall as new information manager.
Second.
Second. All right, we've got that motion. Thank you. And a second. Any discussion? Seeing none, please call the roll.
Ms. Smith,
Yes.
Mr. Hillary,
Yes.
Mr. Gilbert,
Yes.
Mr. Dillingham,
Yes.
Mr. Bobec,
Yes.
Superintendent Hoffmeister.
Yes. All right, that motion carries. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second. All right, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. We are unanimous.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. All right, we are going to, that was a motion to approve and a unanimous vote, yes, we are adjourned.